39 degrees now. That's not so bad. It's Monday morning. That's not so bad either. We can make it through. And I have to say good morning and hello to my guest on the phone. Actually, it's via Zoom this morning. Heather Bell Meyer is here, President and CEO of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Heather.
Good morning, Kate.
You sound pretty good over Zoom.
Well, thank you so much. So do you. You look pretty good too.
Yeah, right. No webcam for me. No. So glad that you are able to join us. Sorry that you can't come in person today like you frequently do, but we're on the call together, and I know there's a whole bunch of stuff that you'd like to share with everybody.
Yeah. We've had quite a year at the chamber.
You have. Well,
Uh-huh.
you've got
This was
some
my
you've got
my
some plans coming up that are pretty fantastic too. So you want to do a retrospective first and then we'll take a look forward?
retrospective we're gonna do at our January annual members meeting. So I would invite everybody to make sure that they're there, second Thursday of January. I believe that's January 11th. Don't quote me, my calendar is not in front of me. But that's our annual members meeting, and we share all of our successes there. So I don't want to let too many cats out of the bag, but I can tell you that we have quite a bit coming up for 24, quite robust. And we're going to share most of that at our December breakfast, which is also coming up on the second Thursday of the month. At Woodbury Common. So that's December 14th. And the topic that day is going to be working with the government, and that's being hosted by Steve Gross, our Director of Economic Development for Orange County. So as a part of that program, we'll be sharing most of what we're rolling out for 24, and thanking some of our board members that are terming off. And yeah, it's going to be a robust program.
That's cool. So, yes, you've had a great year. I know you've got wonderful plans for what to do next year. How far ahead do you want to look?
I think at the December breakfast meeting, we're probably going to share up until maybe June,
Okay.
maybe a little bit further. Uh, yeah, it depends on how many cats we want to let out of the bag.
Well, I know you've spoken before with us about what you're doing in September, the trip to Egypt,
Yes,
hopefully.
that's exciting. Yep. Yeah, we're keeping our fingers crossed. Look, our county executive is going on the trip with us, and I trust him with his insight with military intelligence that he's going to guide us to say whether or not it's time to pull the plug. But
Mm,
it's 9 months away, so yeah, even if you put your deposit down and start making payments on the trip and we decide that we're going to go somewhere else, you have the option to say, yeah, I don't want to go there and get your money back. Or say, oh, that's great. Let's apply it and go there. But at this point, we just had one of our ambassadors actually just got back from Egypt a week ago. And he
mhm.
said you would never know that there was anything going on that side of the world.
Okay. Okay. Well, you do know that lots is going on around Orange County. Let's talk about business in Orange County. What do you see as the trend? Are things getting better?
It depends on what area you're talking about, what business, what industry you're talking about. There are a lot of jobs out there, and the most recent Pattern of Progress report was really spot on when they talked about the birth rate. This is something that you and I have talked about before. There's more jobs than there are people. So that it's a dime a dozen if you're interested in changing careers, or if you're just getting out of college or high school. The trades are bustling with opportunity. I had a great call with Council of Industry recently about their apprenticeship program, and there are opportunities out there if you want to change your career at any point. It's just that the jobs are there, but the people units are not, is how we say. The labor force is just and whether they've moved out, they're baby boomers and they've retired. And you know, if you just look at cyclically the generations, there was the boomers, and then each generation following didn't have as many, but the jobs were created for the boomers, and now that many jobs are not needed anymore. So it's really the onus of the company to figure out how can I still effectively deliver my service or product without as many hands to do it.
That's the thing. Yes, everybody has to work, stretch a little bit more and figure out how can we work smarter and with a smaller staff sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, many people have heard me say this about the POS systems. I cringe when I hear, oh, Walmart owes me my 1099 or CVS owes me my 1099 for checking out all year. Well, let's put that into perspective. A POS system, that's a point of sale system, at that self checkout is
Okay.
not, that's not cheap to put into your store, right? So to integrate that into your store or business, that's not cheap. And so businesses are making a major investment there because they don't have enough labor units, people, to be on the cashier line and to also be stocking the shelves for you when you walk in. So what's the smart thing? Let's take them off of the cashier and put them on the floor so they can be customer service. They can making sure that, you know, their procurement is being done properly, that the shelves are stocked so that when you walk in, you don't have to ask, well, do you have any more of this in the back? So it's actually a very smart thing that they're doing, is they're realigning where they can use the best labor units. And look, a POS system can't put stuff on the shelf for you. That's a manual job.
That's true. That's true.
So would you rather have empty shelves and have people, you know, all 10, you know, registers open for you? Or I mean, I have to be honest, every time I've used a self checkout, I haven't waited more than maybe a minute or two if I'm having an issue before somebody comes running over to help me.
I never use the self checkouts because I just take too long to find the codes and get it through, and I would rather chat with somebody while they do it. But I do understand. Yeah.
And the great thing is that it's a hybrid model. There, you don't show up at, look, I think of my, you know, my parents that are a little higher in age, and you know, they struggle with cell phones. So how are they going to deal with self checkout, right? So the good thing is that most places have that hybrid option for you where you can stand on the line and have a cashier, or you can, you know, do self checkout, whichever you prefer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure.
You know, this kind of leads into our conversation that we had this past week. So our government affairs committee is phenomenal, and they're monthly. They invite elected officials to share the work that they're currently engaged in, some, you know, some of their wins, valuable information. So this past Friday, we had a call at Senator Skoufis and our government affairs committee, and it was just, it was fantastic. We delved into the ongoing economic situation and the initiatives that he and his team are spearheading, and others, you know, Rollison and you know, everybody, what's being spearheaded in Albany and locally. And I will say that the senator has been incredibly helpful to quite a few of our members. You know, he covers most of Orange County with the exception of two towns. And whenever I've brought something to his office, I will say that they have been receptive and helpful. But what I'd like to shout out is that in late 2021, he brought us an unrestricted grant from the ESD. He really championed for the chamber, and it was something that the chamber had not had previously. And this, we chose to make this so that we could assist existing members with their membership that saw quality in the investment, and, you know, welcome new businesses that couldn't afford it, but realized that a chamber membership could really help them develop and succeed. So we actually just finalized that, and we assisted 47 members with business retention or engagement, 47 businesses. And what's really great about that is that we've been on a huge MWBE initiative too. So out of them, 32 were women-owned businesses, 3 were veteran-owned businesses, 4 were nonprofit businesses, and 13 were minority owned businesses. And out of the project work that we had completed, 85% of the vendors that were engaged were MWB owned businesses.
Wow. Okay. Now, we need to take a quick break. I just realized what time it is. It's 8:21 already, Heather. We'll be
Oh,
we'll be right back. We're going to take a quick break. We're talking with Heather Bell Meyer from the Orange County Chamber of Commerce on Wall Radio. 8:23 now, 40 degrees. Hey, we made it into the 40s at Wall Radio. And with me via Zoom this morning, Heather Bell Meyer from the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. Okay, sorry, Heather, where were we?
I think we closed the gap on that, but let's get into some of the things that are coming up for next year. So, the Chamber's Choice Awards Gala, the nominations are currently open for Best Place to Work, Corporate, Nonprofit, and Small Business, and our Champion of the Chamber. I will say that the award applications more than doubled over last year for Best Place to Work. It's really become the county's prestigious event to attend, sponsor, and to be a recipient of that award. That's another great way to address that labor force crisis, because now we're telling in many, many arenas where the best places to work in Orange County are. So if you're looking for a career change, a job change, think about that. We've hosted Beer World, we've hosted Belfour, Family Church, United Way of Orange and Dutchess. These are all recipients of our award, and what a great way to let the general public know these are the places where you want to work and why.
Yes, you want a job? Listen to the listings, even the nominees of best place to work in Orange County. Okay, good
And
idea.
it's a difficult decision. We give this to our staffing partners and we say, you decide. You tell the chamber based on your expertise, knowledge, and profession, where you think and it's a narrative. It's not a, popularity contest where, oh, well, this organization got 10 nominations, so that's got to be the best place to work. Absolutely not. Just one quality narrative is all it takes. And the other thing that I need to share is that, the year before we had 350 attendees. In 2023, we hosted 443. So this is also, it's March 30th. Put it on your calendar, because this is one of the most prestigious events to attend and to sponsor. And sponsorships are also very affordable, and they come with visibility before and after the gala. So it's important to highlight that.
And people can find information on your website, orangeny.com.
That's correct.
Got to
There's
get
a
that
lot
in there.
of orange from Y, yes. So orangeny.com is getting a little bit of a facelift. We are engaging in a new CRM. So this is what people don't see in the background, but they always refer to as our directory. We found a new product thanks to my Chamber Alliance of New York State affiliates. We found a new product that could better service us, our members, and our corporate partners. So that's the plug-in of what we call the directory, we'll call it. And that's rolling out. If you're a member of the chamber, you received an email or two discussing this and training links, and it will be rolling out. I believe December 15th is when the team has it ready to go. And that's going to be a really quality addition to the membership, which is staying flat again for 2024.
Okay, well, I'm rooting for you to gain a bunch of members. I want to hear percentage increases.
Oh, you'll be impressed in January. I promise you.
That's good.
Something that is staying for 2024 that we've had for 22 and 23 is our partnership with Wall Radio for the Small Business Spotlight. And we need to thank Wallkill Valley Federal Savings and Loans for seeing the value in that investment with the chambers. We both put dollars into that, and we are excited to continue to partner on that for 2024. So thank you, Wallkill Valley Federal Savings and Loan, for that.
Yes, thank you. I love talking to businesses where I don't know anything about what they do, and I learn so much from people. And you hear how hard people are working to just become successful to make this work. And the Orange County Chamber is an important part of that.
Thank you so much, Kate. We're always looking for new and innovative ways that we can highlight our members and show them the return on investment. We're all ears. And I start every Maximizing Your Membership, which is our orientation, and I call it slash reorientation because existing members should take this at least once a year as well, since we're always adding new benefits. But I always start it and I say, if you think that we're going to be feeding you sales leads or you think that we are your marketing company, please request a refund on your investment
Uh-huh.
because that is not what a chamber is. We do some of that. I don't say we're a B2B, we're not a B2C, we are a B2R. We are businesses to relationships. We help you build relationships with ultimately could result in sales. We're happy to make connections for you, which can ultimately result in sales. But I'm not going to guarantee you that you are going to see your sales numbers go up immediately from joining the chamber, nor am I going to guarantee you that you're going to know that immediately any sales did come from the chamber. So when you're networking, when you're talking to people and telling them about your business, they can go home, they can tell their spouse, that spouse could tell somebody at work the next day. And by the time that spouse is telling somebody at work the next day, the chamber is out of the conversation. So I don't care how many times you tell me, oh, well, we collect where every lead comes from. That's great. Do they tell you that it was 3 conversations ago from the chamber
Yeah,
that
right.
related
Right.
built?
That yeah, well, it's similar with radio advertising too. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we have burned through our time, Heather. Anything you need to get in before we're done?
Yes, our holiday mixer is this week at Lemoncello, and we are collecting new unwrapped Toys for Tots. If you can't get to our mixer, which we certainly hope that you can join us, you can also drop off that new unwrapped toy at our office at 924 Homestead Avenue in Maybrook, New York. And we're excited to be sponsoring Toys for Tots this year as our charity of choice. You can also bring it to the breakfast. So, Toys for Tots collection by the Chamber this month.
Very good. Thank you. And we wish you a wonderful holiday also. I probably won't talk to you again until after all of it. So I'll
Yes,
talk to
Happy
you
New
again.
Year.
Thank you. I'll,
Best wishes to everyone for a wonderful holiday, whichever holiday it is that you celebrate. I hope that it's happy and healthy, and we look forward to talking to everyone again in 2024.
that's pretty much what I was going to say too. Couldn't agree more. Thank you, Heather Bell Meyer of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce. Their website, one more time, orangeny.com. It's 8:30. Let's get into the news at Wall Radio.